This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and Forged Irish Stout. Delighted to be joined with Dean Whyte. Dean, how's things, mate? I'm all good, mate. How are you?
Man, not bad. How you doing? Boxing Social, long time.
Long time, but not long time for me, mate. Yeah, everything's all good, man. Everything's all good. I'm not new, like... Yeah, we done one before. I'm about a year, been doing this for a year. So yeah, man. Yeah, what's everything been like on the promotional stable? Everything like that? Everything all going well?
Working with Blackbox Global. We got a show this Saturday at Tolworth. We got Alfie Clegg fighting Iman Matendu for the IBO Youth World title. Got a lot of struggles getting that across the line, but we're still in the battlefield, patching that together. But we're against the clock here, so yeah, we're just continuing to push for that, and we had a few dropouts, but yeah, we're just trying to patch that show together. But yeah, it's still in at the minute. We're gonna make some decisions in the next couple of hours on how we proceed based on the opponent and other things. But boxing's hard, and we've had a lot of setbacks this week. So, but this is part of the boxing game, man. You have good and bad moments. You got to take them as you can. And just enjoy whatever moments that you're given, you know what I mean?
How do you deal with these adversities as a promoter? As all the big time promoters, they'd all have dealt with their own adversities. With yourself, who's fairly new to the game on the promotional landscape, how do you feel like you deal with different adversity, whether it's fights falling out, constant and stuff like that? How do you deal with them sorts of adversity?
Pull my hair out, but I still got the hair. But I mean, imaginary pull my hair out. But I mean, it's tough, man. But to be honest, I'm very hands-on, so I just look for replacements immediately. But sometimes when it's this close, it's nearly impossible to actually, get stuff like that done. But I mean, we're still trying, and we're trying to figure it out until the last moment, until the fat lady sings. We're going to continue to try and, fight and get stuff done. I've been there many times before. Sometimes it's worked. There's other things where it's not worked before. But in this instant here now, we're going to have to make a decision and figure stuff out as a team and make whatever decision we need to make. But at the minute, we're still going ahead and everything's just borderline working. But like I said, if we don't manage to get some of the fights, then we're in a precarious situation because we didn't have a lot of fights. It wasn't a big show anyway. We only had around 6 fights. So sometimes you're going to have to either call it or make a executive decision.
When you look at 2023 as a whole, as we do close off towards the end of the year, has it been successful for you on that thing? How would you reflect on it?
I'd classify. It's been hard. It's been lots of trials and tribulations. I've had a little bit of time away from a lot of media to heal myself. I've had things going on in my life, and I took a little bit of time away because I needed to mentally repair myself to a degree. In life, success is health, family, and other things. The sport of boxing, I think it's successful because I'd say we've done a great job from the foundation, building guys like Alfie and a few of the other guys who are going to be in title contention shortly. Alfie's at the door of an IBO Youth World title. He's only 8-0. This will be his 9th fight. And then we've got other titles lined up from, the Commonwealth Silver and so on. So for me, as someone who's only been promoting the last 2 years, I feel like it's an amazing feat to be working with myself, me doing this, not with people who are behind me, backing me and working with me, who's got way more experience in boxing. Because some people are front people and there's people with them working behind them that's got vast more experience. I don't have that. It's just us, Blackbox, a small team. We've grown and we work together, and I do a lot of stuff hands-on. And a lot of people work together with people. I normally tend to work with like other promoters in terms of with managers more than other promoters. I know a lot of promoters work together and do shows together. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying we predominantly do our own Blackbox Global shows, and we work with managers who want to work and get their fighters on and get them out. At the minute, we're trying to push on because we don't want to have pulled shows because it's bad for your brand and bad for your image, and that's not where we're going. We want to be going, so we try our darndest because for fighters to sell tickets is difficult now. We're in a situation where people are short of money and it's hard. Everyone's suffering. We're in a a situation where people are short of funds. So to be able to sell tickets and people supporting them, some people are finding it difficult. You know what I mean? So there's so much different things. But as a whole, I'd say, I'm pretty, happy with how I wish we did complete on maybe the other show, which was meant to have in September. But in a whole, like, it's only a setback for good things to come in the future. So I won't think there's any loss. I'm only learning on the job as I am 2 years in what we're doing. And I think even with the situation we're facing now, I've learned more stuff about myself and boxing inside, dealing with stuff. So, we've got to go, man. 2024, we'll continue to try and continue to learn on the job and build and grow. And it's good. It's good, man.
I just wanted to touch on there about, you said you sort of took some time away. How important was that reset for you to sort of get mentally straight? Because boxing really is a business that it can be brutal at times and it moves quickly. So to sort of step away from things and just sort of focus on yourself for a little bit, was that an important thing for yourself to do?
Listen, man, I think going away with family and friends it was something pivotal, I think, for my well-being as well. To take myself away and just kind of not do anything, not focus on anything boxing related, and just have that time out with family and friends, and to just grow, man, inside myself and heal inside myself. You know what I mean? So I've had a few breaks. I had one the other day again, and it's the same. I think it's just they say time is the key for most things. I don't know about that, but I think being away in the sun definitely plays a part on our mental state. Vitamin D is always good for mental state. So, it's it was pivotal, and I think it's probably something. Obviously, I've got to give myself a bit of time for my well-being as well. But boxing is a key part of my life as well. So, me not doing anything probably is not going to help me either. But it's made me, raring and wanting to come back with a bang and do stuff. So that's why we're adamant and we're pushing on for the stuff, for the shows to get on, for the fighters to get these fights under their belt and move forward in their careers.
Absolutely. And moving on to different boxing topics, on the topic of the heavyweight division, December 23rd, a very, very popular day for boxing fans, especially towards Saudi Arabia. We see a massive, massive card with Anthony Joshua taking on Otto Wallin, Deontay Wilder taking on Joseph Parker. This has also come with criticism, why aren't we getting Joshua and Wilder and some other matchups? Are you overall happy with this, how this whole Saudi cards evolved?
Yeah, I'm ashamed I didn't get to go there. I was away actually, but I mean, it looked amazing. The Saudis, Turk Sheikh seems to be doing a great job as the man front runner running the sport in Saudi Arabia and putting his money where his mouth is with this boxing game. He's saying, look, man, fuck all the talking, man. What do you guys want? And let's get these fights done, because these fights have been in the running for a long time and they haven't been able to materialise, a lot of them, and we're getting closer. It seems to be some form of like a Grand Prix fight-offs, semi-finals, quarter-finals, semi-finals and so on, and then these guys meet each other if they beat these guys. And I mean, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's a good stacked card of heavyweight fights and, a lot of 50-50 fights in there. But obviously, as the elite boys, you'd expect the top runners, even though, and I believe that's a hard fight for Joshua, being a southpaw, being 6'6". It's not easy to manipulate and lean and bend on someone who's 6'6". So I think it's a tricky fight, but I believe he'll come through that. I believe, I like Parker, but I do believe that power of Wilder's, does he be able to withstand that for 12 rounds? I'm not sure if he does, but I wish him well, you know what I mean? But and then Daniel Dubois against Big Baby Miller. Very, very interesting fight. That's probably the dark horse of the lot, man, because I think Miller's an unknown quantity in some aspects, and Daniel Dubois, because of many things that's happened to him in his career, he went down and lost against Usyk. He went down, fractured eye against Joe Joyce. So it's unknown where he is. But I thought he done okay early with Usyk. But that big old bruiser, that big old tank, 300 and something pounds coming towards you, Miller's gonna be interesting to see how he performs, how he does.
I was going to stick on the topic with Daniel Dubois. Is it a surprise to see him back at the world level mix and still back at the top level, considering how that Usyk fight went, and obviously people bringing the Joyce fight back up as well with the question of the stoppage?
Indeed it is, but we've got to give credit to Frank Warren, man. Look, one thing I tell you about Frank Warren, he's good at getting his guys into positions, to capitalise. Obviously, and he's done extremely well. Obviously, when he lost to Joyce, everyone thought he was done. But he's managed to get him the world title option, and now he's managed to get him on this big table, getting big butter again. So, big up Frank Royal. Old Frank's there, man. He's been in the game a long time, and now he's sitting at the top table smiling next to Eddie thinking, this old dog still got some little tricks here, buddy.
Absolutely. And sticking on the topic of AJ, obviously now with another trainer, and I think it's his third trainer in 4 fights. In this press conference, he was, particularly aggressive. Didn't want to answer any questions from Davison. Went at Miller, obviously, which was obvious. But with that behaviour from AJ, where do you feel like he is at this point in his career with the new trainers as well?
I don't know. I like AJ. I think, he's finding himself, and maybe more of himself is coming out in whatever's going on. I'm not 100%. I don't know what the benefit of this changes to Ben Davison is. I don't even know if it is a full-time change. We can't speculate just yet because he hasn't said this is his new trainer. We've just seen pictures of him training with him. It might be a thing where he's working with him while he's here in the UK, and it's an ideal base for him. There's guys to spar because there's heavyweight guys. Jamie TKV's there. You got Devon Miller's down there, been sparring him, I see online, and I don't have the answers for that, but I do hope he finds peace and finds what he's looking for. I want him to find that because I want him to do good so he can win these next few fights and bring himself to the top of the table to get that fight with Fury and do his thing. But I'm not sure how it all unfolds because we're seeing this stuff and we don't know why people move from coaches to coach for different reasons. I don't know. He is fine. He's trying to look for a home. He's trying to look for the ideal match, but I don't know. It's just not materialised just yet. But we'll see. There's no point speculating just yet. We'll find out what actually happens later down.
Absolutely. Sticking on the topic of Saudi heavyweight, so I have to talk about Fury Usyk. Fury and his team seem incensed that Oleksandr Usyk isn't his toughest fight yet. They've talked about the Klitschko fights, the Wilder fights. Do you really believe that? When you hear these comments, do you think that Usyk Fury's hardest fight? Do you believe?
I'm not sure. We'll only have to wait and see. In terms of skill set, it's probably going to be one of the most skillful guys he's met. Yet again, he's not going to be as strong as Ngannou, who we saw him fight the other day. But yet again, his boxing IQ is probably better than his. But IQ from Ngannou is still pretty decent. But he had a hell of a chin. That's what we're yet to see. That's what we're yet to see. Because no one's really hit Usyk that much. What I've noticed on the chin, but he's been pretty good, evasive, skillful. So it'd be interesting. Because I ain't really seen. He had a great fight against what's the cruiserweight guy's name? One of the old champions.
What, Usyk?
The Usyk fought one of them cruiser. No. Bradis. That was a really good fight, and he got caught with a few shots. But a big puncher, big 6'9" lummox punching you on the chops like Fury using his elbow, leaning on you. It's going to be interesting to see how he deals with that kind of stuff. Because it's not orthodox boxing. He likes to use his size, tire the legs, and then when you tire the legs, you start hitting someone on the chops. They're going to go down because their legs are weak. So it didn't work with Ngannou. Big old chunky legs, big neck, strong geezer. None of them games he was playing, none of that worked. So it'd be interesting. I think he underestimated Ngannou a little bit, and we will not see that same Fury come February the 17th. I think he'll be spot on, and he'll be in top nick, hopefully, and then he'll kick the rabbit's ass.
Do you think that we can't take much from that Ngannou performance, with Ngannou being much bigger than Usyk, completely different styles? And so for people saying, because he...
Unorthodox styles somewhat give you a harder task and a proposition, because when you've got people whose technique is not orthodox stand-up technique, it is harder to read and gauge. You know what I mean? If you've got orthodox, not to say he's... Usyk's orthodox, because he's how he moves in circles is something different as well, which I think Fury might find difficult as well. But Usyk, he's got that little move where he can use his up jab and just do his thing and pick some points and kind of win. But I think it'll still be an evenly tough fight, because you can't be such a dominant amateur, a dominant cruiserweight, and come to heaven and be so dominant and not have something about you. So we're gonna see. I think these two might bring out the best in each other, and they're going to have to be for either one to be the winner.
Absolutely. And just the last one from me. Have there been much conversation with Dillian? What is the update with him now?
You know, I can't go too much on anything he's up to like that, but I'll say he's good. He's you know, he's in as best spirits as he can be, and I'm sure him and his team, you guys will hear something in due time whenever that comes, when he sees fit to come out and talk about anything he wants to talk about, you know what I mean? But other than that, yeah, we're just dealing with Blackbox Global business, baby.
Absolutely. Dean, thank you for your time. Really appreciate always catching up with you, and all the best for Saturday, mate. I hope it all goes well. Top man, thank you, mate. Cheers.